Welcome again to the Selling More Homes Network. I'm Scott Stroud.
And I'm Jerry Rullo, and today we're going to talk a little bit more on marketing tips for websites. Last issue, we covered a few tips.
We did. We talked about the importance of the website, how 82% of shoppers start on the website and they start eliminating. We talked about ways that you can keep them and make the cut, make their short list.
And you know, Scott, we also talked about last week is the website is the second best lead source out there, other than the first one being referrals and
Yes.
from past customers. The thing to remember about a website is I call it the 30-to-1 ratio. For every dollar that you spend on your website and on search engine optimization and some of the things you do on your website is 30 times more valuable than any other dollar you can spend anyplace else.
Wow. Wow. So with the amount of people that are visiting it, there you go. It's better than print. It doesn't replace print advertising. It doesn't replace your other advertising, but it is where everything should be focused. All your print advertising, all your other media and marketing should point people to your website.
You know, Scott. I was at a seminar years ago, and the speaker took and had a big billboard on the screen, and he said to the listening audience, he says, a marketing person came up to me and says, "Hey, I loved your billboard. Who did that for you? Did you have your webmaster do it?" And he says, "Of course not." He says, "I would never have a webmaster take something as important as a major billboard and have him design the billboard." And the whole thing behind that is how many of us have our website designed by someone who doesn't have the sales and marketing, the graphic experience. They just know the technology, they know the internet, but they don't know the marketing end. Mm-hmm. So the two of these have to come together.
Yes. Yeah. And I got nothing to say.
A couple of things on the website is the kinds of buttons that you have on your website, and one of the things is which are great buttons are designs and house plans. Another great button is testimonials. Other great buttons in the news. If you've had some articles where you've been published in the news is great. The thing that you want the website to do for you is the website has to sell credibility, believability, longevity, has to sell trust. And when you do that, then people will more apt to contact you.
It's true. It's true. The buttons that Jerry just talked about are important. In fact, the two biggest things that people look for are photographs and floor plans. So be prominent about that. The other things in design to take into consideration are a left-hand navigation bar makes people feel more comfortable. If they have to search for where they are in your website and how to get where they want to go, then they'll leave. So make sure that things are familiar to them. Again, left-hand nav bar. If you have a long page, duplicate your navigation bar at the bottom of the page in some format so they can always get where they want to go.
We talked about in our first session here about the website and how we need to humanize the website. Well, it's also important that we humanize the website and who your company is. I go to so many websites and I really can't tell who owns this company. Who are the people behind the company? What's their background? What's their credentials? Who are the staff that works in the company? Are you involved in the local organizations and clubs and so forth? And those are all things that mean a lot to a customer.
That's why your About Us page is so important. That stuff shouldn't go on the front page. Your landing page, where people first come into your site, should be all about them. But don't be afraid to tell people about yourself. Tell them some personal things about your business, and like Jerry said, the community efforts that you put in, the clubs that you join, or members of whatever. But that About Us page, tell them something about yourself so that they can know and trust you.
Well, thanks for listening to just a couple of minutes of some marketing tips and ideas for selling more homes. I'm Jerry Rullo.
I'm Scott Stroud.
And for more information, more tips, and not only what we have to offer, but what some of our national consultants, authors, and sales pros have to offer, make sure you go to sellingmorehomesnetwork.com. Thank you.